All right, everyone. Good morning, good day, good evening, good night, wherever you're tuning in from. Um, I am Divya Mohan, one of the co-chairs for SIG Docs, and this is the APAC friendly meeting that we have every month for the Docs Special Interest Group. Now, since as I was mentioning before, since this is a call that is held monthly and typically gets held after the US EMEA friendly call the previous night, doesn't have a lot agenda wise, but in case y'all wish to add any agenda items that require our attention, or you have any issues or any PRs that require the attention of the approvers, reviewers, etc., please feel free to add that in the agenda documentation. I have just pasted that on the chat. It's accessible to everyone and you can enter your names and everything. But I'm just going to start sharing the agenda documentation as well, in the interest of keeping everyone updated on the goings on, and to basically just have a better view. So just a second. Mm, I am trying to figure out how to share. Um, all right, so just a second. And yeah, we got the window. All right. So, like I said, this is the APAC friendly meeting we have every month at 11 p.m. It's on the fourth Wednesday of every month at this time. So, normally we start off with the updates and reminders section for the meeting. So here, basically, we have a bunch of designated people within the special interest group who help us approve and review PRs and approve and triage the issues that come to or get reported to the GitHub repo of Kubernetes slash website. So the people who will be the points of contact over the next week, over this week, the next week, and the subsequent one are listed here. So this week's designated person for PR reviewing and approving is Natalie Vlatko, and she has a shadow who's working alongside her to ensure that these get approved and reviewed in a timely fashion. Next week's PR Wrangler is Tim Bannister, and he also has a shadow. And the following week's PR Wrangler, that is the week of 2nd February, starting 2nd February, is Chiming Teng. He doesn't have a shadow yet. Now, what do we mean by shadows? Shadows are informal mentees who will tag alongside the experienced reviewer and slash approver for the week to understand how the reviewing slash approving process works within the context of the documentation special interest group. It's a great way to get started in terms of the next step for your contribution journey. Once you've actually made your first couple of contributions and understood what it takes to submit a PR to the repo, and what are the kinds of issues that are being reported. If you have a hang of those things, this would be a very good next step to start with. So that is what shadow does when working alongside the PR approver slash reviewer for the week. Similar to this role, we also have an issue wrangler role. Now, if you've navigated to the Kubernetes website repo, you'd notice that we have a lot of issues incoming with respect to the uh, you know content of the documentation with respect to the various localizations that we manage, or even just the layout and the design and a bunch of other stuff around the website. So we need to ensure that they're labeled and triaged appropriately, so that we can put them up for contributions from specific contributors, and make them available to contributors who are actually able to work on them, because every contribution probably is not suited for all levels of contributors, right? So we have another role, which is issue wrangler, and this is a very good opportunity for folks, like I said, who have begun their contribution journey, made their first couple of contributions, and want to sort of bridge that gap, but are not too confident to take up the PR approving and reviewing. This is a good way to learn the ropes of how to sort of triage issues, what it takes to sort of get the issue accepted and stuff like that. Now, we have a schedule ready for the first quarter, as far as I know. Not sure if it has been updated after that, but both of these PR wranglers as well as issue wranglers have a schedule allocated to them. Issue wranglers, because we take it on a per quarter basis. At least we did in the first year, that was 2024. We took it on a per quarter basis. The PR wrangler, on the other hand, is a more dedicated schedule that runs through the entire. So we come up with that, since the volume of PRs that we get is pretty huge. So we now, a lot of y'all have joined this, probably because I put up the notification on the SIGDocs Slack. But you can also get the calendar invite in your inbox by joining the SIGDocs Google group. I've pasted the agenda on the chat, so you can just directly join the Google group that's linked here and get the invite straight on your calendar. And also, you'll get edit access to this agenda. And last but not the least, every meeting and every interaction that you have within the Kubernetes community is governed by the Kubernetes Code of Conduct, which basically boils down to being nice to one another. So wherever you are interacting, whether it is at an event, a meeting, on Slack, please be mindful of the language that you use. And if you notice that there is any untoward behavior, or behavior that is not appreciated, please reach out to the Kubernetes Code of Conduct Committee by email, and um, please be rest assured that your anonymity will be protected while resolving this issue. So that is the extent of updates and reminders for this call. I will take a pause here and see if anybody has any questions or anything to say about the stuff that I have just discussed.
So issue wranglers are also this program also is accepting shadows, is it?
No, at this moment, since we just started it last year, we are not accepting shadows, but we are just like, designating people to help wrangle the issues. And like I said, it's on a per quarter basis. So if you are interested, do let me or Natalie or Ray know,
Okay.
or we can designate you as one for the next quarter. I
Okay.
believe it's only the quarterly rota is out for issue wranglers. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Any other questions? All right. So now we move on to the meat and potatoes of this meeting, which is the actual agenda. So typically, our agenda is It's already pre-filled from yesterday, so I did not have to really write anything here. So the updates for the current release, that we collaborate with the release team, that is SIG release, for docs and the blogs and everything else. Those have already been posted by the respective leads yesterday, and currently they're all green since we are in the initial cycles of the release, and there are not a lot of updates coming through from either of those teams. As and when we progress, potentially in the next meeting that we have, that is APAC friendly, you'll see a bulkier update section, given that we'll be closer to the release. So uh, both of them are green as of today, and basically they're onboarding shadows and getting started with the whole release process. So I'm going to take a pause there and see if anybody has any questions on the release update.
So, is one the shadow program for 1.33 is over, or it's still applications are open?
So, like I mentioned, the release process is already underway. The shadows are being onboarded right now, which means that they've been selected already.
Hmm.
The actual process of selecting shadows starts closer to the previous releases ending. So everything's done as of now for 1.33. 1.34, you can expect a call for shadows in the next, while this 1.33 ends, but the last couple of weeks before 1.33 ends, which is in another 2 3 months, or two and a
Hmm.
half 3 months, that is when this one will issue a call for shadows.
Okay,
All right. Make sure you subscribe to dev at the rate kubernetes.io. There's a Google group. And for that, you'll get the notification when the call for shadows goes out. So that will be helpful in keeping track, I believe.
sure.
All right. Any other questions before we move ahead? All right. So the next section is around the issues and PRs that potentially require our attention. Now, Tim actually put this up yesterday, and I don't believe there are any volunteers for this. So, if you take a look at this issue, Tim has requested a call for help with someone to lead the work around local container previews being semi broken. And this is basically going to be a lot of technical work, and it's mostly going to be a solo initiative. Not a group job. Of course, you can ask for assistance. Not going to say that it's going to be like you standing alone and trying to fix it, but a lot of it is going to involve coordination with people who've done this work previously, and there are workarounds. So if you're interested, I can actually open up the issue, and we can uh, discuss more. But if this is something that you're interested in, it would be helpful. This is basically to do with how the container serve command basically renders locally when you are trying to run the website locally, and checking if your edits and modifications have rendered correctly. It's semi broken at this point. And there are a couple of suggestions that have been actually entered in this issue. So if you can go through that, and you want to lead the work on this, please feel free to actually take this on. It's not a good first issue, but it is a technically meaty issue, as far as figuring the workaround out is concerned. So I'm going to pause here and see if you all have any concerns or issues or suggestions around this, or if you have any questions.
Not right now. I'll go through the issue in detail and will check if I can maybe help out, but can't commit for now. So I'll check it offline and then I will check.
Not a problem at all. That's absolutely okay. Not asking for any commitment at this point. I'm just like making people aware of the things that are available to work on. And yeah, so that's one of the things. This actually was supposed to be brought up last in the last call, that was yesterday, but unfortunately did not enter this on the agenda doc. It's posted as a thread on the Slack as of now. Now this is basically a doc for CRI API development policies, and Sergey and team have actually come up with this input. There's nothing in terms of like work to be done here, but a consensus was to be reached as to whether it should reside in the docs folder, or whether it should basically be residing in kh.dev and then be mirrored to docs. So just to highlight it, we are like making people aware that this is a thing that we need discussion about. Typically the reason is that we normally don't have such content here, um, and if we do, if we do, we can obviously have it here and then mirror it back there. But if we don't, we also have another change impending, which might need to like be shifted, which might need like one of the existing docs to also be shifted to kh.dev. So that's an ongoing discussion, and there's a Slack thread that's also there currently focusing on this issue, posted by Sergey himself on the SIGDoc Slack channel. So yeah, that's another you know FYA point that I had to bring up, and I'm gonna pause for a bit to see if you all have any questions. I'm assuming the silence means no. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next section, which is discussion points. Again, this is another FYA, which was discussed yesterday. We have a CVE feed currently, which doesn't update as fast as we would like it to, but currently we're trying to get a thing, get a mechanism up so that we can have like the feed update every 12 hours, as near real time as possible, really. And basically, what we are going to do is we're going to be chatting with Kate SIG Infra, which is another SIG within the Kubernetes community, to initiate this work. That is an awareness, and again, this is like an FYA, nothing to be done by anyone, but we are figuring out if this is something that we can take on in terms of like the bandwidth and the workload for the SIG. So yeah, I'm gonna pause there and see if you'll have any questions. Again, assuming that the silence means a no, I'm going to throw open the floor for any questions that you all might have for us. And if I personally can't answer them, I'll make sure that they're posted on Slack, and we can carry on that discussion there as well. So yeah, the floor is all yours. If you all have any questions, please feel free to unmute and ask them, and I'll try my best to sort of answer them.
No questions from my side. Thanks.
Same. I'm just learning here, so for the learning purpose, so no questions right now. Observing things here.
All right. So, I mean, we're at the end of our agenda. And if there are no questions or any concerns or any suggestions, I'm happy to give you back half an hour of your time, so that y'all can get on with the rest of your day. That is, again, if there are no questions or suggestions or concerns, and we can meet the next month, once we have more updates, I guess.
Okay. Thank you, Divya. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Aditya. Thank you, Shivlal. Hope to see more of you around in Slack and in the community. And welcome back, Aditya.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Divya.